Hi guys, welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back. Today we need to update you on some changes we need to make.
As you know, we started our podcast in July 2017 and it's been available for free on our website.
In 6 months, we have produced 25 episodes, almost one a week on average.
We were hoping to fund the creation of this content with regular and consistent advertising from ethical businesses.
Now, despite the show being a wonderful success, if we do say so ourselves, with over 175 international 5-star ratings on iTunes and over 90,000 downloads in less than 6 months,
unfortunately, we were unable to attract enough advertising to cover the cost of equipment, production time,
like writing, recording, editing, uploading and promoting, and the cost of actually hosting the show.
Yes, it actually costs us to host the podcast on a media hosting site.
We only managed to have 3 ads on the show in 6 months, and 2 of them are from the same company who is a friend of ours.
Yeah, there just hasn't been anything consistent to keep us going.
Guys, we really tried to find consistent sponsors. We contacted and followed up over 50 potential sponsors with no success.
Remember in our oatmeal recipe video how we joked about wanting to be sponsored by an oatmeal company?
This sounds good, doesn't it? We should be sponsored by an oatmeal company.
I know.
Well, we actually contacted several oatmeal companies and we even sent them our video along with over 40 screenshots from you guys making our oatmeal breakfast, just so they could see that we in our audience genuinely love oatmeal and we could market their product very well.
They didn't go for it.
No.
So after continuous knockbacks, we fast learned that securing constant advertising like the very large podcast shows do is a lot harder than we thought.
Yes, basically we ain't rich roll.
No.
So in order for us to keep the show going and make it sustainable long term, we have to be realistic and make some changes.
Basically, we can't keep doing this anymore.
No.
We can't keep producing content for free. It's very time consuming and everybody should be remunerated for their work.
Thankfully, we recently found a solution to how we could be paid for our content and make this show sustainable long term.
Yeah, we discovered that many successful podcasters upload their content to Patreon and offer episodes as a reward to their patrons to help cover their costs.
What will it cost you to listen? We've made it the cheapest option we could. $1 a month.
Not $1 an episode, $1 a month.
Yes.
For access to what our audience, you guys, are telling us is quality, educational, entertaining, and often life-changing content.
Of course, you're welcome to pledge more than that if you like, and then you'll also receive other Patreon rewards like our ebooks and discounts. But if all you want to give is $1, then that will give you access to our podcast show.
The positive and supportive feedback we receive about our podcast is overwhelming, and we desperately want to keep the show going.
We aim to upload 1 new episode every week, so 4 episodes a month. However, we don't like making promises that we can't keep, and realistically, sometimes life happens.
Which means sometimes we might only be able to upload 3 or 2 episodes a month, or 1 episode if the wheels really fall off.
Well, shit hits the fan, basically. Yeah. But for only $1 a month, you've really got nothing to lose and only amazing content to gain. And of course, you can cancel your pledge at any time.
As a patron, you will receive notification every time we upload a new episode.
We will be keeping our first 25 free podcast episodes up on our website for new listeners to come and experience our show before deciding to join us for paid content on Patreon.
Thank you so much for understanding why we've had to make this change.
Yes, and thank you to the people who have already come and joined us on Patreon since hearing about this news via our previous podcast episode.
We really appreciate your support and we would love to see our podcast show continue to grow and reach even more people, especially with the vegan message.
Absolutely. We will link our Patreon down below in the description. Please check it out and you can read more details there.
We're going to leave you now with a sample of our new podcast episode which just came out today.
Enjoy. Thank you again.
And remember until next time that going vegan is not the most we can do.
It's the least we can do. See you next episode.
Bye guys.
Now, having said all of this, right, we totally understand that the reality of not drinking, especially let's focus on that, is extremely difficult in this very alcohol-driven society,
big
right?
time.
Like, you can say anything you want, guys. You're sitting in your bedroom and doing a podcast.
Yeah, you've got each other. You're both like-minded.
Yeah,
so
it's been
you've got
10
each other for
years.
support.
But the reality is, if you're a young person out in the real
Yep.
world, you're at a club, you're trying to meet people, you're feeling a little awkward, whatever, and don't drink.
Yep.
Oh my God, and be vegan. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And this was highlighted in this comment. I love it.
I do agree about alcohol being an immediate kick and then later generating a wave of side effects, hangover, regrets, weight gain and lack of fitness, etc. Our society definitely has an unhealthy relationship with it overall. But while I have decreased my drinking massively, I still drink occasionally because in total honesty, it's pretty alienating to be a young person in today's world and to be abstinent. It's different and a lot easier if you're married to someone who also doesn't drink, surrounded by non-drinkers. But if that's not the case, as it isn't for most people, the decision to give up alcohol is more complicated.
100%.
100% agree.
So agree with this.
100% agree.
And this is why we said in the previous episode that we did on New Year's Day, that you said that you're glad that we had experienced what we did as young people
Yes.
with the drinking and had been there and done that. And we're grateful for those experiences.
Yeah.
And it is so much harder to break away from it the younger you are.
Yeah, and you can't put a wise head on young shoulders because each person almost like they have to go through the experience of it themselves.
Yeah.
They can't just be told something or said, you can't have an older person say, oh, if it just doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Yeah. The mainstream media is relaying the message of how the people of this country should be celebrating a day of unity is through consuming the dead body parts of animals and consuming alcohol together. That's what makes you Australian. That's extraordinary.
And you're made to feel un-Australian if you don't partake in either of those.
You're a freak.
Yep.
You're a lefty.
Yes.
You're all the marginalised things.
Yeah.
Right?
Embrace that is, I guess, what our message would be to younger people. And now it's hard. I know.
And this is the thing. It is incredibly hard. It is the hardest thing. And this is where it's a path of revolution.
It is. It's the road less travelled. It is a revolutionary path. It's about defying the system.
Yeah. And the way we see it is that you're taking your power back.
Yeah.
Because as you said earlier, Luca, when we were in South Africa, those alcohol companies, they were taking advantage of people in that township. They were selling them the crap. They were taking their money and destroying their lives, and they didn't care.
No.
And the system, the alcohol companies and the animal products industries are doing exactly the same thing here in the West.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're from a low socioeconomic community or if you're working corporate the way we were. Okay, it's the same thing. They're selling us bullshit. They're killing us. They're destroying people, and they're disempowering us. Because if you are completely empowered, what do you need to buy their shit for? Why do you need to put that crap into your body, to destroy your liver, to change your personality, to become someone you're not, to feel more confident in a social group, to waste your money, to wake up with a hangover, and to not fully realize your potential? You're no good to them if you fully realize your potential. What can they make off you? Nothing.
Yeah.
You don't need them. So they need people to need them.
Yeah.
And they do that by disempowering us.
Yes. Yeah. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Beautifully
Could
said.
I have said that if I was under the influence?
Very unlikely.
But this clarity of mind lets me see exactly what's going on, and so part of us, like, here's the thing, right? We were talking about this the other morning when we were going for a walk and we're getting all fired up. I hope people around us were listening to the conversation. We were saying, are we taking this too far? For example, having a drink is not going to kill you.